And the song in the background I hear is Journey. Who's crying now? Huh? Anyway, we have the children are crying. When the children cry, check out the shorts, okay? It has survival mode to start it out. It's a very good shorts. I'm probably not going to go over it right now, but you can check it out. Let's have some coffee. He was in there, man killing man. We don't know why. The sacrifice. Great shorts. It's a mission statement. It's a mission statement for this time. This is all about the children. If you know, you know. We've got survival mode. We've got saying goodbye to the past, letting go of sorrow. There's a lot of sorrow and a lot of pain in the past, but we have to focus on the good stuff, like the children being saved, the 1,000 years of peace coming, etc., etc. Keep a divine perspective. Keep a divine perspective, mental clarity. Keep looking at the bigger picture and seeing outside of one's ego. Very important. I'm drawn to the sunrise over the mountain. That's the exact picture that we had yesterday. And then we have a big foot on top of the mountain, which is Jesus's foot, I'm sure, right? Our brother. All right, so that picture, if you haven't seen yesterday's video, you'll want to watch it. Keep your eye on the bigger picture, he's saying. Okay, there is a dark feminine in the energy. We've been getting her a lot. It's somebody using their feminine, divine feminine energy to try to get you whatever, off course, depressed. Black Sabbath is here. I see the kitty outside. Hi, kitty, kitty. We have death, transformation, and rebirth. So what I'm getting is that this girl is getting gone because this guy is stamping her ass out. Wow, that's great. Great news. Yeah, and this girl's coming in. That looks like Catwoman, huh? She's coming in. She's going to take over that dark feminine. Yep, that's what they're saying. Death to the dark feminine. Everything I just said. Because it's God's judgment. It's karma. Okay? So it's meant to be. She will go to lasting pain and suffering. She will be returned to her sender. We'll be returned to our sender. Okay, somebody sent us. It's a dirty deeds done dirt cheap, huh? AC/DC. All right, so we got the Book of Life is playing out. Your soul contract is playing out. And you're having conversation with animals. I just did. The stray cat Black Sabbath just came up to say hi. Okay. And we're on the outside looking in. So actually, Black Sabbath was on the outside looking in at us. But we're on the outside looking in. That's where I tell you to wear the world like a loose garment. And just surrender and flow. So just stay in the hour. I keep telling you that over and over and over again. You know, you can have plans for tomorrow, but live in the hour. And you have lots and lots of ancestral protection. It's kind of like all these movies that I've been seeing. They always go and they say, okay, we need guns, we need weapons. And then they open up a big door full or truckload full or, room full of guns. And they all load up and they get their weapons, right? Well, our weapons is ancestral protection. And I just saw a puff of smoke from the incense when I said that. We're awakening to our God knowing. We're awakening we are ascending, we are awakening to our superpowers. Have you been noticing your superpowers? I just moved the couch in here and exhibited my superpowers. I moved the old safes outside because I don't need to have safes anymore. And I'm going to give them to somebody. And, you know, everything requires superpower. Okay, so we're spiritual warriors. That's who we are. And we're on our mission. And if you listen to Whitelion, when the children cry, there'll be a time where there are no wars. There is no more crying. We've been told this our whole life, and lives with an S. They want to energy harvest you. That's your only warning, is to not let them energy harvest you. Stay unique. Yeah, stay unique. That's like me, you know, I do what the spirit tells me to do. I don't script anything. So when White Lion, I was going to say when White Lightning hits, when Whitelion played that song on the shorts, when it said man killing man and we don't know why, the actual card with Jesus' sacrifice came up. And I don't script these shorts. So if you've never seen my shorts, you've got to watch them. They're awesome because the cards come out to the music and I'm not scripting them. I'm just reading the cards. I'm just Miss Mystic. I could sit and talk about songs and shorts all day long. I could do this all day long. Okay, so stay unique. Keep doing your own uniqueness. There is an awkward silence right now, and especially if you were talking to the phone and you were talking to me on the phone, it's an awkward silence because it's really hard to talk on the phone. It's really hard to text message. It's easier to see somebody with their eyes and their body and go by what the Spirit's telling me to say. It's an awkward silence because we don't have a script. We don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We don't know, and we can plan, but then we're kind of running the show, and I really don't like to do that. So it's hard. Everything with me kind of has to be spontaneous, and that's hard for people to understand, and it's hard to make plans with people when you're like the way I am. Into the valley of darkness so many times that I can't count, and every time we come out, we come refined. We're getting lots of downloads in our dreams. We're getting lots of visions of our future. And I'm drawn to the little bubbles here because that's kind of what I was just talking about. I was talking about how I might say, okay, let's do this. And, you know, I was up at 4 this morning and I'm rearranging my whole house. I'm giving away all my stuff and I don't have a place to move and I really don't want to move. But I want the energy clear. I love my house. I really do. I just want it empty. I just want old energy out. Right now, I'm in a mood of emptiness. I'm like these bubbles. I have all these different little bubbles, and then I pop that bubble, and then I pop that bubble. Okay, a divine masculine. Okay, they're either on their way or they're coming in for you. Or you, if you're a male, it's your divine feminine. Why? Because we're getting closer and closer to these downloads of the end of the movie. That's going to play out here, right? That's going to play out here. You're really an actor in your own movie. The privileged lady. Yep, look at that. Divine masculine and the privileged lady. And she is going to be privileged because he is divine. And he's really going to like her because she's divine. It's what I told you in my earlier videos if you haven't seen them. It's where we have to go through what we go through, all of us. Once we're balanced out, we will get our partner. It's kind of like a job, right? They don't let you off a training until you can do the job. Well, that used to be the case. Nowadays, jobs just throw you into anything. Let me tell you, I know. I got hired at the post office. I got hired at, Toys R Us, wherever, right? And they just throw you into the shit. They really don't train you like in the olden days. But what I'm saying is that God, He is training us, and when we're ready to have our divine masculine and our privileged lady, what were the words that I just said? Divine. Well, he has to be divine. He can't just be masculine. And she has to be privileged. She just can't be lady, right? So, again, what am I saying? She has to look like this, right? Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that you have to be balanced out. Once you're balanced out, then you get your partner, okay? You must have went down the rabbit hole. I've told you we're already out of the rabbit hole, but if you're not, you must go down the rabbit hole and figure out your shadow self and get balanced. You must figure out the forbidden knowledge. Now, I'll talk like things like, well, you've known me in other lives. Well, you were a pharaoh and I was your Egyptian goddess. And you're going to be like, what the fuck's she talking about? Well, you know what? Because I know all this stuff. I know about the forbidden knowledge. They don't call me Miss Mystic just for fun. Okay? The Akashic Records. It's in your Akashic Records. But if you don't go down the rabbit hole and you don't figure this shit out, it's just going to talk like babble to you. And, it might even, down the rabbit hole, forbidden knowledge, Akashic Records. It might even make you lose your privileged lady or your divine masculine if you're not understanding all that they're saying. Okay? So we have to dig into our ancient ruins, the ancient site of power. We can't just think that the pyramids are something from, back then, those people. Those are us people. We can't look at the Bible like, them guys. No, it's us guys. Everything is us guys. Akashic Records, ancient sites of power, forbidden knowledge. These all didn't come out in a row after divine masculine and privileged lady for nothing. Before that was downloads, visions, dreams. Into the valley of darkness, out of the valley of darkness, right? Why is there awkward silence? Why are we to be unique? See, everything that this video, these cards I'm reading, it's all energy. It's all right in a row. So that's why I say to watch it more than once. Okay, so I told you she might look like this. She might look like this too. She was a mermaid. She was Catwoman. Wow, huh? And then this card here, we have lacking knowledge, ignorance. You need more info. Okay, so we're going to do a few from Miss Mystic deck. All right, my own deck I made. So I'll give you a sign. If somebody's talking to you and it seems over your head, then figure out why. And then dig deeper into it. See if it's really true. Were you really an Egyptian pharaoh? Was she really your goddess? Was she really Duhast? You have? Yeah. But you can't prove it to somebody when you talk like that, can you? So they have to dig deep and they have to figure it out. And if they already know and they're just playing dumb, fine, but that's not being unique. We have to be unique and be ourselves and say, yeah, I also remember this life. I also remember this. And you say, well, I don't really want to talk about the past. The past is the past and lessons learned, and I want to talk about the future. Well, when it comes to soulmates and ancient ones, that's really, you have to talk about what you were, because that's who you're full circling back to. Okay, so anyway, I'm going kind of off on a tangent there because of that awkward silence card is really true. We have to believe and trust. And it says in yourself, believe and trust in yourself. When you have these weird feelings like, oh, I know her, or I know him, or, I should go do this, or I should say this, believe and trust in yourself. You may be, the only warning I'm getting off of this card is you may be feeling bored. You may be feeling like you're missing out. Maybe you don't have your partner yet, or maybe your partner is toxic and you need to get away from them. Something you're missing out on. So you need to be more grateful. Like I said about my house, I'm getting rid of the energy and letting it be free and open, right? But I really don't want to move. I'm very grateful for my house. Very grateful. 4 of Cups. You might have some unsettled frustration along with this awkward silence, along with this survival mode. We've been so programmed that we have to keep all this stuff for surviving. And believe me, that's what I'm trying to get rid of, is all the old. 5 of Pentacles. You may have health and financial issues. So we're trying to get to think outside of the matrix. Okay, we're trying to clear our blockages. 5 of Pentacles. And then we have the Knight of Wands energy, which is a departure and an action energy. We need to move on. So get your emotions in check and move on. That's all it's saying. It's saying 7 of Pentacles to just pause, but keep going. Stay in the hour, but keep going. Then we have transformation. We're putting the old to the new. So we have another death card. So it's just looping back in. 1717 on the clock. We have endings. So we're putting an end to the old. We're going forward. And then I'm going to end it there because of the fact that it's repeating itself. It's saying old to new, death and rebirth. Okay, so check out all my shorts, check out my playlist, check out Whitelion. That's our mission statement. We're bringing the movie into now. Don't be thinking about a year from now. Okay, Shine Down 365, the name of my book, 365. Don't be thinking about the future. Keep your eye on the divine perspective. The divine perspective. God's got this. We've got this. Go down that rabbit hole if things are sounding confusing to you, because this can't be confusing. You need more knowledge. You're lacking knowledge, okay? You have to have the knowledge to go forward. If there isn't going to be the knowledge to go forward, the awkward silence is going to intensify, and then it's going to be out of balance, and we don't want to get out of balance. Your soulmate's coming in if it hasn't come in already. I really love you guys. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.